No, I think especially rural locations where traditional access to services has been poor, we shouldn't be at a detriment to anywhere else. Let's face it, we haven't even got mains gas supply to many of our local villages. But I think these days broadband provision and mobile phone coverage is far, far more important even than being on mains gas. Yes, you can get other forms of heating with oil and solar and so on, but you definitely cannot manage these days without a fast broadband. And anyone who's trying to run a business in a rural area or an area that just happens to be just off the broadband grid are really at a disadvantage.
So what are you planning to do? Are you going to put your hands in your pockets and help fund this?
I think what we're going to have to do, because the funds are very limited with the Borough Council, the same as it is with all councils, I think we need to be an enabler to that and look for where we can use perhaps the community infrastructure levy to provide some of that infrastructure that is needed for the area. And people think of infrastructure as a sort of traditional roads and that sort of thing, but actually these days broadband can be more vitally important than a decent road connection.
The county council's been having their, better broadband for Norfolk, their rollout. Slowly it seems to be getting to parts of us. Do you think that they need to do, again, the county council need to do more for our part of the world?
I think they do, and it's very obvious when you get the sort of maps of where the rollouts are taking the super fast broadband. It's the extremities of villages and the most hard to reach places that are having the biggest struggle to get a decent connection. You can have a sort of new box put into a village and people say, wow, that's brilliant, we've got our super fast broadband, and actually so many people in the outlying areas are struggling to get even any broadband coverage.
KL.FM.